Hey, John. How's it going? I'll try this angle here for a little bit. See how it works. Man. Well, thank you there, John. Okay, let me get my other glasses on. Forgot to get my drink over here too, so anyhow, it'll be something different for you guys to look at. And here we go. Ate some dinner, ready for strawberry rhubarb pie and coffee. I haven't had rhubarb pie in a long time, or strawberry rhubarb. What time is it anyway? It's going to be 5 o'clock here. Oh man, got some paint on the eyelets. There we go. Hey, Crappie man. Still keep hitting the highs, yeah. Same here at times. Same here, I get them sometimes. With the camera at this angle, it makes it a little bit harder to do. Yep, I just got it on that one there, but it won't be all clogged up or anything. I got to make some more of the Hailstorm jigs and some whiteouts too, so I'll be doing a few of these. Yeah, once you get the hang of it, it gets a lot easier. Hey there, Randy. Yeah, sometimes you do. Yep. I'm doing it without trying to speed up the process. Yeah. That white does not pick up that well on the camera. Hello there. I'll buy them. Just poke them out. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I used to be before while I was out still hurt and everything, and before I started getting a lot of orders, and I was out for work. I mean, I go fishing every day, and man, I'd get kicked off where you're out there and it's 30 degrees out there, and you're trying to pluck out the eyelet so you can get your line through there. And so that's just one of the things that I always aimed at doing was don't get all the eyes all cluttered up with paint. Oh yeah, the tendon, oh my goodness. Let me go get my drink, hang on. I'm still hobbling around here. Yeah, I'm gonna switch up the camera. Here we go. I'm gonna flip it around. Yeah, it does. It is kind of cool to do the POV thing, but this is the camera holder I'm using. Is that small rig? The small rig camera holder, I like it. I should have got the one with the longer arm. I do have a small rig tripod that I use when I'm bank fishing, and I also have that on the boat too. Okay, here we go. Now I can speed up and do this at a lot faster pace. Yeah, I am left-handed. I don't know if you guys, everything's kind of backwards on the camera sometimes. But a lot of times I could paint, I don't know, 500-600 heads in about an hour, if that, you know. The rack here holds, this one here holds about 140, I think. The other rack will hold about 100. I do appreciate everybody. Hey there, BJ. Yep, we will be saying prayers for you, buddy. Yeah, I can get the angle that I want and hardly get any paint on the eyelet there. I knew I needed to get some heads painted up. It'd been probably, I don't know, 3 or 4 days since I painted heads. But yeah, when I first started painting heads, I mean, I'm like, man, how do I do this without getting paint in the eyelets? And whatever YouTube videos that were there, I mean, there were some that they would take their pliers and they would put them in there like that, and then some of these other guys would take like a paper clip and they'd put the paper clip through the eyelet and they would drop it down that way, and there just weren't that many videos on YouTube. And some of the guys were using like these little silicone tubes, and those silicone tubes, if you keep reusing them, they get gummed up with paint all on them. And at that time, I had a friend of mine that he sold a lot of jig heads, and he was using the silicone tubes, and then I just started going to using, and all this happened within about 2 weeks. I'm like, man, there has to be a better way. And so I would get the shrink tubing, and then I would go ahead and paint them, and it gave me a little more liberty that I'm like, man, I'm wasting paint. You know, every time I get paint on that shrink tubing, I'm kind of wasting it. And I thought, man, so I started tipping the cup over a little bit and just dipping it. And I thought, well, this is the way to go if I can ever master this. And I've just been doing it that way ever since. Now, when during COVID, and we had my wife and my older son and my daughter-in-law working in the shop, they liked using the shrink tubing, and again, there was no pressure for them to, you know, to be as fast as me. They would put on their headphones and you know, start painting heads away, you know. Hey there, Mr. Remington. Yeah, so there are all kinds of different people doing different stuff. And when I started doing, what do you call it, FaceTime? And I used to do FaceTime with a couple of other jig makers from like Alabama and Mississippi and Louisiana. And we'd be all just talking to each other. And they were like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm just tipping it and dipping it, you know? And they're like, show me one of the heads that you do. I'm like, okay. And so I did one of the heads and showed them that, and they're like, man, I've never seen anybody do it like that. I'm like, it works for me. It works pretty good for me. And so, anyhow, more people started doing it. Some people, they try doing it, they just can't get the hang of it. And there's some people out there that try it, and they got the shaky hands. Like my daughter-in-law and my wife, Caitlin and Stephanie, you know, they'll be there. They get the shaky hands. With one thing of tube, yeah. Oh, you reuse it? Oh, wow. I think I still have some of the, let me see if I still have some of the old tubes. Yeah, I had a friend of mine, he would use these silicone tubes, and they seemed to work okay, but after a while, they just kept building up. And I may have some of them around here somewhere. I kind of use them as a show and tell a lot of times, and they're around here somewhere. I probably put them in a box or something. But they're these little silicone clear tubes. You put them on there, and then what ends up happening is if you're painting them white and you heat it up, and it's not going to shrink up or anything, and then you put it on the next color and you heat the head up, you're transferring the different paint color to each head, and that's the thing I didn't care about. Hey there, Laura. Yeah, let it cool off for a second. Yeah, I have these silicone ones somewhere around here. Now the color that gets me is the black, because it's dark in there. And that's the ones I don't have the best time doing on a live stream. I do have some other lights. I have these under cabinet lights that are LED lights, and they do help out quite a bit. But when I'm doing a live stream, sometimes it's hard to see in there. Black goes on because it's so dark, it goes on there easy, but it's hard to keep the paint out of the eyelets. Oh wow, we got 90 people in here again. Yeah, make sure to tap up the likes. Also, make sure to subscribe too. Use a headlamp. Yeah, that'll work too. I'll get a crick in my neck. But once I get going, you know, it gets easy and easy to do. Yeah, I'll be like messing with the headlamp and all that stuff. Now, there's a couple of different ways we used to pop the eyes open. And I'll show you guys while I'm doing this here. Now, the very first way that I used to pop the eyes open, and my wife still does it when she paints, is one of these sewing tools. You got that there. And we have a piece of plywood here. And on my old workbench, we have that sitting outside. We would, I would take that little pokey thing, and sometimes we would break these. And my wife, she always keeps a spare one here. I mean, she likes using that method. She's not perfect at it or anything, but you can get these like at Walmart. Sometimes you can get them at Dollar General. And then we switched up to an ice pick. I tried doing that at one point, or gave that to them, let them do it. And they did that for a while. And then we started getting these tools. These tools are very good. That one's different than the one I have on my fly tying station. And so that, and I got to watch myself so I don't get burnt there. You put the head in here, and then you press this down, you just clean it and wiggle it. But we went to those, and I bought, I don't know, 4 or 5 different of those things. And I got all kinds of tools for the relatives that worked in the shop. It got hard to train, and then Crappie Man may notice, you know, he's talking about this. It's hard to make baits and train people that aren't related to you, because first of all, there's people that aren't related to you. Ah, well, thank you there. Yeah, it's been 3 months. Yep. They're not related to you, and you teach them stuff, and then the next thing you know, they got them a little jig. They got themselves a little jig company on Facebook or Instagram or whatever. But you can get these tools too. I use these for other things other than poking out the eyes, and I use them for a bunch of other different things. So these things are handy. You can get them at Ace Hardware, and we have all kinds of stuff. Some of the other tools that I do have are things like that, little fingernail things. If you make and tie flies, you'll know what I'm talking about. You get yourself a fingernail, and you get what I guess you call it a hangnail or whatever. You know, you can always use a nail file for that. At the same time, and when I was in my beginning stages of powder coating, and I didn't have a fluid bed, sometimes I would get little cone head, and sometimes you'd have to file it off. And there's other things I use that for too. Some of the other tools are things like these little files here. You can get these like at Lowe's or Harbor Freight. They'll be like a little set of like 3 or 4. And they come in handy for all kinds of different stuff. And then you got your forceps or hemostats or whatever you want to call them. We have all different kinds. These are for fishing, but we use these in the shop for just a number of different things. And so one of the probably most important tools I have in here is these little eyedroppers. I used to use a glass eyedropper when I would do my mad shads and my bumblebees, and I'm talking like a 2-tone head. My wife introduced these plastic ones to me, and you can get them at like Hobby Lobby. And I bought like a bag of 50, and I just use 8 or 10 different colors when I'm mixing and matching colors or whatever. And so that comes in handy too, because sometimes you'll get a head and you don't get the full jig head all the way. And so you'll use a little dropper and just drop a little bit on that head there on the spot that you missed, especially if you see one after it's been, cured on there and everything. That helps out there too a little bit. Got me a Barlow's catalog. Oh yeah, I used to get those every year, but I just don't order from Barlow's anymore. I used to get a lot of stuff from Barlow's in the beginning, and that was before I was able to start buying wholesale. And so once I got into buying wholesale, I would get feathers, and the biggest deal was the feathers. And I ended up getting accounts of Barlow's, Wapsie, Crazy Angler, Hairline, and every so often I'd see somebody run a special on the wholesale side for feathers, and there was so much of a difference with the feather colors, because I would order from Hairline and the neck hackle. I would order chartreuse, and it would be a different color feather, than from Wapsie, whether it be from Hairline or Barlow's. Some of these companies a long time ago, they used to get all their feathers from Wapsie, and as they started growing, they were like, hey, why don't we just paint our own feathers and color them? And so that's what a lot of them started doing. And so with that being said, a lot of the feather colors, like the purples, were all different. And the same thing with hot pink. You order hot pink, and it's not the same color hot pink as from the other company. But Barlow's is a good place to get stuff from. Ask if they have the batch numbers. Yeah, probably need to do that. But these days I get all my feathers from Wapsie, so I don't have to worry about that as much. Another place, there used to be a place out of California that had feathers, and I would get their feathers in, and they would be like, they'd have poop on them. And I'm like, man, I don't want to use this. These feathers have poop all on them, And they were really cheap. Back then, you could buy like a pound of feathers for, we're talking $30, $40. You could buy a whole pound. And their big thing was that, they do feathers for Las Vegas and all the showgirls and stuff. And they had all kinds of painted feathers, but it just the condition of the feathers when they came in were just not the best. And if I wanted just to get white feathers, it was probably a good place, but it was such and such farms out of California, and I can't remember the name of it, but they were really cheap. Yep, happy Monday to everybody. So when I do paint heads, sometimes it's a coin toss. Sometimes we'll get a couple hundred people in here, and sometimes we'll have 30 people in here. But make sure you guys subscribe. We got 12 likes. 12 likes, everybody. I've only been up above 100 likes twice. How was my trip? I didn't take a trip anywhere. I got off my live because my grandson was here, and I wanted to see my grandson. I did go to the chiropractor earlier. Yep, drop a like and subscribe. Yeah, we did get over 30 subscribers on the last live. I was really amazed at that. Normally, on an average day here on YouTube, I'll get about 50 new subscribers. And that's me working hard. So that's a blackhead right there. Those will be for the striker, the midnights. Be for a lot of different colors. The mongoose. Sometimes I do bump these on the rack. Tap the heat gun. Yes, tap it, guy. Oh, it's hot. When I do go fishing for catfish, I'll have the people tap on the rod that you want it to get a bite. Help me get a bite by tapping the rods. I'm hoping to be out there and doing a lot of stuff. I was talking to a friend of mine before I went live, and I'm like, man, it hurts just to walk. And it hurts just to walk around. Nevertheless, trying to get a boat in the water. But I'm hoping to get the boat out. We could go do some catfishing and crappie fishing. I'd like to get me a forward-facing sonar. They have that eagle eye I've been looking at. I just don't know if I have enough to sustain a payment. And I think it would be about 30 or 40 bucks a month if I do get it on like an afterpay or something. It'd be about 30 or 40 bucks a month. Right now, there's some other things I'd like to buy, like a new spin cast machine. But I do know that if I go fishing and I catch a lot more fish, it'll be beneficial to the live streams. This is powder coating. I'm powder coating the heads. These here are black that I'm doing up. These are 1/16 ounce heads. Are you still in here, Crappie Man? I don't know if he's still in here. I wish you could come to St. Mary's. Yep, that'd be nice. Buy me a plane ticket. Buy me a ticket with an airplane. I can't remember how that song goes. Okay, I'll show this one off on the camera here. Tipping and dipping. I don't know if you guys can see that clear or not. Okay, let's do some pink heads. Didn't John Cougar Mellencamp sing a song about jig heads? Little pink jig heads for you and me. Little pink jig heads for you and me. Hey, Miss Deborah Pot. Did you get your mystery jig boxes? Did you get your mystery jig boxes? Oh, I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. Doing about as good as I can be. We got 16 likes up on the board, everybody. Make sure to tap up a like. Double tap that phone screen. Let's get those likes knocked up a little bit. Did I say knocked up? No, you don't want to knock up anything right now. But I'm doing okay. I got my back popped again today. I'm still hobbling around. I feel it on my lower back. He popped it good this morning. I'm doing okay though. I'm gonna make it. Here we go. It's a powder. It's a powder. Powder, powder, powder. And I'm using a fluid bed. It keeps the paint all nice and loose and aerated. Yeah, we got storms coming in later on. It was starting to get dark. Well, sun's out now. I see the clouds off at a distance. And we do have our 40 and 50 pound mono on sale, $9.99 a spoon. Go to the post office, got a message, it was packed. Oh, good, 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 good. Oh, well, thank you. Yep, that'll be awesome. Yeah, we did put our 40 and 50 pound mono in both colors. It's on sale. $9.99 a spool. We're talking almost 50% off them boogers. So if you need fishing line, big fishing line, like 40 and 50 pound, we do have the big line on sale. Is it a family business? Yeah, it's a family business. Right now, it's a family of two right now. It's my wife and I. She does work in the shop when I get behind, but I get a lot of stuff done. So in most cases, I'm in the shop by myself. Yes, the shipping was expensive. Yeah, them rods, the shipping's, it does get up there. Yeah, on those rods, because you ordered 2 of them, I went ahead and just next date it. I just did the overnight thing. Now with the U.S. Post Office, if you send it overnight, a lot of times it won't be overnight. But it's a lot faster than just doing the priority or the regular ground. And the same thing with the priority. A lot of times it'll say 1 to 3 days. Sometimes it gets there pretty fast. Yeah, Albie ordered fishing rods a while back, and he lives down in Texas. He lives on he lives down, I guess East Texas, pretty close to Tyler. And he got the rods the next day, and he, we didn't even send it overnight. And then the next rod he bought took him like 8 days, 9 days for it to get to him. Hey, David, how's it going? These here are pink. I'm powder coating them. I'm heating up the head, dipping them in the powder coat. These will get baked up here for about 18 to 20 minutes at 350. Oh, thank you. I'm glad they came intact. Yeah, no bending, no breaking. Yeah, we had somebody, it's probably about a year ago, they ordered a rod, and they ordered a catfish pole. And the pole got there okay. The tube that it came in was coming to pieces. But I'm trying to get some thicker tubes. Trying to get thicker tubes. Again, these are hot pink. These will be for the assassin. They'll be for the slab queen. We got a lot of jig heads with the pink head, like the azul. You guys don't know, azul means blue in Spanish. And the only thing blue on that jig is the body. Just like the name Azul or Azula. Oh yeah. Yeah, you don't want somebody stealing them. Sometimes you get these porch pirates. We've never had any here. I've never seen anybody try to get them from us. We do have cameras though. You were here yesterday? Well, thank you. Thanks for coming in yesterday. Yesterday. But that was yesterday. These here have a round head. These are 1/16 ounce. Be nice if I could remember the words to these songs. Oh, really? Oh my goodness, that's not good there, Deborah. That is no bueno. One day I sneezed and powder went everywhere. Okay, let's do a different color. Do I have chartreuse? Let me see what I got here. I got chartreuse, I got gray, I got silver, I got purple, we got bumblebee, we got orange, we got gold. Let's do some flow yellow. Are you getting a jailhouse rock fan? What are you talking about? The logo takes care of me. Yes, he does. I was talking to my chiropractor. He has back issues too. And I'm like, man, when I was a 20-year-old working construction, I used to always make fun of these old guys. They moved around so slow, and they were careful and cautious when they would lift heavy items, heavy products, like scaffolding and 2x4s. And I'm like, you guys are just lazy. Now that I'm an old man, I wish I would have listened to those old men. I wish I would have paid attention. I got to turn down the heat, the air on this fluid bed. It's too much powder coat floating around. Yeah, we got storms coming again tonight. Storms coming in. There we go. That's what I'm needing. Yeah, it's probably, I think we did hit 90 today. It's pretty warm out there. Yep, welcome in everybody. We got 24 likes up there. Make sure to double tap that phone screen. Let's get some more likes up there. Let's get some more likes. And powder coating heads. We do have our circle hooks on sale. They're 50% off. And then our 40 and 50 pound fishing line is, you can buy a big spool, 550 yard spool for $9.99. Again, welcome in everybody. These are flow yellow here. These will be for the fire tiger jig. I'm not going to paint a whole lot. I'm going to do basically 2 racks. Pretty much just going to do 2 racks. Then I'll go back to tying. We're up to 24 likes, everybody. 24 likes. I need to learn how to dance like the Crappie man. I need some dance lessons. Get me that screaming pickle. Okay. Next color. Next color, next color. Let's do some gold, let's do some silver. Let's get some purple. Purple nurple. Let's get the clear coat out. Okay, this is the powder. I don't know if you see it, but the fluid bed keeps it like flowing around, gets it flowing around. Okay, this is our grape color. This is the color that we use for purple. We used to use disco purple, but I went ahead and changed it up a little bit. I wanted a jig head that nobody else had, so I basically created my own color. I don't know if you can see that clear. That's the top. Yep. Oh, we got 70 people in here. Thank you, guys. Make sure to subscribe. I'll be back tying here in a little bit. Be tying up some jigs in just a little bit. Tomorrow morning, I'm probably going to paint a bunch of heads too. What is a bassist? A bassist is a musical instrument. Well, it's not a musical instrument, it's a person who plays that bass guitar. I mean, bass. Okay, bass fisherman, bass fisherman. You're in timeout for 1 minute, 1 minute. 10 seconds, 10 seconds, here we go. Timeout for 10 seconds. Sometimes we get kids in here Kids want to be goofy. I'm the only one allowed to be goofy on my channel. I control the goofiness. Oh yeah, the next to it threw me off. Yeah, me too. Oh, he'll be able to speak here in about 5 seconds. Well, sometimes these kids they go wild in here. Like la 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 la. I get to type information. They love me. They love all my comments in here. Yeah, it's 15, yep. Even a 15-year-old can be goofy. Little do they know. They do, they don't know hardly anything. Oh, okay, this is our grape colored. We'll use this on our mud dog. Also on our phantom, which is all purple. Thank you, dear Remington. Who sells rubber worms and such? The Crappie man, he sells, he sells bass fishing worms. Crappie man jigs. I think he makes like a 7 or 8 inch worm. I used to make plastics, but not a whole lot. And I can still make them. I'm thinking about making the jelly belly jigs again sometime. It's like a hand-tied lure with a plastic body. Yep, Crappie man makes them. I would say just go ahead, and he does have them on his website, I believe. I'd say just order them, and he knows it's probably going to be you. I don't know exactly what color you're needing, or you can just ask him while he's on his live. Okay, we're going to do disco red. Rod holders. I would go takedown rod holders. Takedownrodholders.com. And you can use my code over there, which is FLOW10. Yeah, they make some of the best rod holders out there. And they'll last you forever. You can pound them with a sledgehammer, and they're just really good. And if you guys have ever watched me go catfishing, I have a small sledgehammer. Yeah, I don't have a big sledgehammer. It's about that long. You know, it's something you can get at like Ace Hardware. And I use those for my takedown rod holders when I'm bass fishing, or not bass fishing, catfishing. Yeah, my code there on his website, and I want to say his name is Austin Pettigrew, and he makes some of the best rod holders out there. Yep, use FLOW10, FLO10. Let me see if I have any laying around here. Oh, I got some up there. Let me pull those off the. Oh, I may have some down here. There we go. Yeah, this one here is orange. They make them in a bunch of different colors. Yeah, anybody that's in the live, if you go catfishing or anything, these are some awesome rod holders. And, I mean, they'll hold our rods. They hold them just fine. And I want to say they're 18 inches long. And you can hit it right here with a sledgehammer and knock them in the ground. You're not going to lose a rod. You put your rod in here, and you're just not going to lose a fishing rod. They have on his website. He has videos where he has a rod in here, and he's hooked up the fishing line to like his truck, and I mean, you will not lose a rod, and they're really good. They make a couple of different sizes. They make one that's like a 36-inch one for like surf fishing. If you're out there and you're fishing on a beach or something. But these here are great. You can actually knock it this far deep and it'll still hold your rod perfect. That's takedownrodholders.com. And I do have a discount code with them. What is my real name? My real name is Fabio. That's my real name. What is the website? It's takedownrodholders.com. Remington put it right there. Takedownrodholders.com. I'm doing good. I am doing good. How you doing there, Matthew? I'm just painting up a bunch of heads. I'll be back to tying here in just a little bit. But those rod holders, I've seen people, they'll take those rod holders and they're fishing on a pier, and they'll take some of these straps, these like packing straps for like moving, and they'll go ahead and strap that rod holder, you know, to the pier, you know, the railings, and they work really good that way too. Oh, good. Yeah, it is Takedown Rod Holders for anybody in here. Takedownrodholders.com. They are really good rod holders. I don't know how many different colors they make them in. I want to say they do about 4 or 5 colors. I know they have one in orange, pink, chartreuse, and I think in white too. But I know they have a bunch of colors out there. I'm doing pretty good. That is disco red. Yeah, we do have underspins on the website too. We got a lot of different colors. I added a new one today with a 1/4 ounce. It's a white one, and it's made with bucktail. Okay, we're gonna do one more row of these. Hey there, Raul. We're gonna do 2, 4, 6, 7 more of these. Then we're gonna do some pill heads. I gotta get some blue pill heads and some black pill heads. I am doing pretty good. Welcome in, everybody. Make sure to tap up the likes. Make sure to subscribe too. I go live every day. Yeah, every single day. I'll go live for about 4 to 6 hours a day. You guys get to see me work hard. So I got a few more of these to paint up, and then I'm going to move on over to tying. So I won't be painting this whole segment here. Okay, let's switch these over to disco blue. Let's get some of the 1/16 ounce pill heads out. Work hard, make hard money, yep. That's what my mama always said. She said, Fancy, make me proud. Here's your one chance, Fancy. Don't let me down, Fancy. Here's your one chance. Yeah, I'm pulling lyrics from all these different songs this evening. Here's your one chance, Ruben, don't let me down. Here's your one chance, Ruben, don't let me down. These are for fishing. Bass fishermen, you've already asked me 4 or 5 times. These are for fishing. These are disco blue. These will be for the cotton candy and the slick trick. Hey there, John. Thank you. Yeah, a lot of people will use these for crappie and trout and bass, perch, walleye, saugeye, skipjack, yellow perch, orange perch, yellow perch, black crappie, white crappie, magnolia crappie, even the steel magnolia crappie. Yep. Okay, let's go to a different color. We're going to go black. Black, 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 black. Yep, we do have unpainted jig heads on the website. There's a link on the bottom. There's also a link in the bio. Even if you're in Ohio, just go to the bio. Go to the bio. You can save 10% with the code FLOW10 on our website. Right now, we do have a couple of things on sale. We have, what do we have on sale? We got our circle hooks 50% off. We got our 50, 40, and 50 pound mono for $9.99. And that's a pretty good deal for a spool of our 40 and 50 pound mono. That is black right there. Hey there, Landry. Seven. These here are black. These will be getting a pearl eye, green eye. What are they? Orange. Orange, another color that we put on this color head. Hey there, Slade. How you doing? Yeah, 550 yards of fishing line, and that's on any of our fishing line, whether it's 4 pound or 50 pounds. It's all 550 yards. Even our braid is 550 yards. We have that in a 10, 20, 60, and 80 pound on our braid. This is black. Black, like black, black, black. One more. Okay, let's get that dude off. Get the one out of the oven. Oh, they smell so good. I could just smell that garlic and paprika. Woo-wee, don't you know? Get my timers going. 18 to 20 minutes. Okay, we're gonna go over here. That's our fluorescent yellow right there. There we go. Next is going to be our pink. It is warm out there. I feel it warm in here. Normally in the summertime, I'll paint heads like in the morning when it's not as warm outside, but I don't know what possessed me to paint these in the afternoon. It's almost 90 degrees out there. I hear a lot of lawnmowers out there. A lot of people mowing today because they know we got rain coming in. We did our mowing a couple of days ago. Okay, these are the white ones here. Okay, let's get the black ones. Oh, that fell in my sandal. That fell in my sandal. I'm going to take my sandal off. Yeah, whoever gets that one, it's going to be already, it's going to be scented. You see that? No, my feet do not smell. They used to smell when I was younger, but I guess I just I don't do enough activity. I don't do as much activity as I used to. You sell line. I don't have fluoro. I do not have fluoro. Our fishing line is somewhat of it's not a pure mono. It's some people call it scented jigs. Yeah, it's not a pure mono. It's somewhat of a cross between and I can't even say it's fluoro. It's more of a polycarbon or copolymer. Yeah, it's a really good line. It works great. Okay, we're going. Some people get offended. Some people get really offended when I call my jigs flies, but there's a lot of people in different countries that call my jigs flies. Let's get these other glasses off. Get my drink over here. Let's see. The descriptions are, yeah, they may be. Now when my wife used to handle the site a lot more. She does to some extent now, but I'm starting to add and fill in the blanks on some of on the description. But our braid is great. It's an eight strand braid. And it works great. You know, we had a lady, she caught a 90-pound butterfly stingray, and she was using our striker rod, using our circle hooks, and our fishing line. I think she was using I don't know if it was a 60 or 80-pound braid, but our braid's really good. I've tested almost every type of line on the market. Well, good. Yep. Copolymer. Yep. Co means side by side. Yeah. Yeah, here's our, yeah, this is our 30 pound, but the 40 and the 50 pound are on sale. We don't sell as much of those, but we thought, hey, let's put it on sale. We'll get some people buying it. That's our pink line right there. It does show up really good under a black light. Yeah, there's all kinds of line out there. Everybody's trying to get into the fishing world, and a lot of I have friends of mine that they've tried to sell fishing products, and they don't do as good. You know, they're out giving a lot of products away, and 6 months down the road they realize, like, I gave away all my profits. I can't make a profit because I've been giving it all away. I have a question. Is 15 pound line better than 10? I mean, we sell our here's our line, our mono. Our mono is in a 4, 6, 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. Our braid is in a 10, 20, 60, and 80. Technically, you should be able to catch a fish 3 times as heavy as whatever your line tests for. So if you use our 80 pound fishing line, if all circumstances are well, that means you got a good fisherman, you got a good reel, you got a good rod, and you're using our fishing line, our 80 pound, you should be able to catch a 240 pound fish, you know. And so our 10 pound braid, you should be able to catch easily a 30 pound fish with that, you know. But we don't guarantee that or anything by any means, because there's a lot of things that factor in when it comes to fishing line. It depends on the fisherman. It depends on the rod. It depends on the reel. And, you know, a lot of people want to think they're a pro, but they're not. Hey, I'm back. Yep. I'm back too. Yep. Yeah, so there's a lot of things that go on with that. I did work for a famous fishing company, and I'm under agreement not to mention. I used to do that. A few years ago, I used to get some products from fishing companies. They would ask me to test it out. It would be unbranded, whether it be a reel, fishing line, or whatever it be. And all I had to do is fill out a questionnaire. And again, some of the reels that I would get, I would kind of know that it was, you know, a certain brand because of the way that it looked like. But some of the stuff I would get, I'd use it for a couple weeks, fill out the questionnaire, and I did my review on it. And I never, I've been sponsored by a few companies as far as for selling products and being somewhat of a spokesperson for them, like PC Fun. And they make great products. Hello from Russia. What's my favorite rod? My favorite rod is the Flowcast Striker and the Ninja rod. Those are our rods. Oh, somebody sent me a new order. Oh, golly, 12 items. If you're in here, Travis, thank you. Yeah, this is our Striker rod. This one's only $69.99. You can use these for striper, salmon, sturgeon, catfish. You got a metal reel seat right there. Got the double locking nuts, EV foam grip, medium heavy action. We've already seen a couple of sharks. We've seen a 200 and a 300 pound shark caught on these rods. We've seen that 80, 90 pound that stingray caught with the Striker rod. I witnessed that one on TikTok as the lady was catching that one. And then Woody's Wild Adventures, who comes in our channel, he's caught like over 170 carp with our rod and catfish. He's caught over 170 fish with our rods. And so, again, these are great rods. Made for big fish, medium heavy action. They do show up under a black light really, really good. Now the crappie poles, I'm going to show you our 4-foot crappie pole. This is our little dock rod. That's our rod. It does not come with the reel. I'm letting you guys know that. It doesn't come with the reel at all. Doesn't come with the jigs. It does not come with the fishing line. You know, but that's our little 4-foot pole. It's a great pole. You can feel all the bite. It has a real cork handle there. It's not that cork veneer tape or wrapping that they put around. It's actually a real cork. It's the real deal when it comes to the cork handle. That one sells at $59.99. This one that I'm going to show you right now sells for $69.99. It's our 7-foot Ninja, or the Ninja 7. This is our rod. It's an ultralight. It's super light. It is a 2-piece pole. You can use these for trout, crappie. You can catch perch. You catch perch with these. It is an ultralight rod, so it's not for a 9-10 pound bass. I have caught about a 4 or 5 pound largemouth with this rod, and again, it's not something you can boat flip or whatever with. I have been able to boat flip, 1-2 pound crappie with this, but you got to hold it. I can't wait for the 8. Yep, we're hoping we get the 8-footers here before fall. But that's the one with the split grip. This one's $69.99, and again, that's a real cork handle there. It's not the fake stuff. And here's how light it is. That's how light it is. This one actually weighs less than the 4-foot pole. And then we do have a full grip pole, which is a solid cork handle. And that one runs $79.99. We just got those in, I say about 2 months ago. But they're great rods. These do have a speed tip on it. Now, when I say it has a speed tip on it, it has a fast tip on there. And again, when you do catch a fish, don't go grabbing it by the middle of the rod. You should be able to boat flip a 1.5, 2 pound crappie if you're just holding the handle. It'll bend. It will bend, but you gotta use it right. And so again, that's a really good rod there. It is an ultralight. It will break if you're not using it right. But those are our poles. I don't do any bass fishing. In fact, I'm going to go after the hybrids this late spring, summer with the striker rod. I dock fish in the winter. Yeah, that 4-foot pole is a good pole. If you go to our TikTok channel, you'll see me bringing up these big crappie over this railing. They do really good. Good poles. Go to our website. There's a link right down there. I don't know. Do you see the link down there, Money Dog? You can also go to our bio. There's a link there too. Yep, that's the link to our website. We got a lot of great products. How do I use the split handle rod? You just use it like a regular rod. Use it like a regular rod. The split handle rod, you're just using it just like that. You're going to hold it there. Some people like this skinny part there. Sometimes people use rod holders, and this will fit really good in a rod holder, especially those rod holders that are meant to hold your rod somewhat level. And if you're using one of those kind of rod holders, and I don't know if I have one here. Let me see if I have one here. Yeah, I'm going to raise this up here. I think I do have one of those rod holders here in the shop. And I do. Okay. These were some good rod holders. I thought they're pretty good. Okay, sometimes you have these rod holders, and instead of being down, these are supposed to be going into the ground. They do work pretty good. They do hold at an angle, but sometimes you have the rod holders, they'll go straight down from right here. So with this type of rod, if you do have basically the level rod holders, mainly like for spider rigging and stuff like that, what you do is that rod holder will sit just like that in a boat or on a dock. Sometimes they make them for the dock holders. What they do is they make it to where it won't slide out. If you got a fish here, you're going to have some tension there, and that little knobby thing there will keep it from sliding out and slipping out and going out. So that's what that split handle there is for. So it's mainly made for what do you call it? 90 degree rod holder, like that. Definitely on my list. Yep, sweet rod. Yep, yeah, they're great rods. Now, as I'm telling you this story, or a little bit about my past, we've made jigs for state champions, national champions, and all that. I always wanted to. I wanted to be a professional fisherman when I was younger. When I was a kid, I wanted to be, professional bass angler and all that, and I never got to do that stuff when I was younger. I got to fish tournaments when I was younger. But as I got older, and I got into the crappie fishing, well, there must be a fire or something going on. Yeah, when it gets windy out here, yeah, that's a fire truck. Yeah, you get these brush fires out here. We live out in the country, so. Oh, wow. Are they slowing down here? Oh, it looks like they are. Hang on. Are they turning? Oh, they are turning here. Oh, let me go see. Hopefully they're not going to my mother-in-law's house. Oh, they're going to the neighbor's house. Not our neighbor. My mother-in-law's neighbor. Yeah. But anyway, we got to sell outlaw poles when we first got into the shop back in 2020, and I always wanted to have my own rod. Dreamed of it. Started working on a rod. Yeah, that lady. She's had ambulances and first responders. There's another one there coming. I think that's an ambulance coming this way. Yeah, keep her in your prayers. We have a mechanic that lives down the road, and I can't remember if that's his mother-in-law or mother. Our mechanic's an awesome guy. Yeah. Turning. Yeah, that's the ambulance there. My shop. We're in Claremore, Oklahoma. Yep. Yeah, she's an elderly lady. She hasn't been doing that great lately. LeGrand, hey. So anyway, we sold outlaw poles. I really liked the outlaw pole. I had used, and I'm not going to mention all these other poles, but I really liked this other pole a long time ago. And they have their rods in every single big box store there is. And that rod would get rattling right there. And I just didn't like it. It was always shaky. And then I got into using the outlaw poles, which was a lighter action pole. And I liked them. I liked them quite a bit. I'd even offered to buy the company, but he wasn't going to sell it to me. And so, but anyway, we had been working on our own pole for probably about 5 years. Been working on our own crappie pole for a long time. And that's our Flowcast right there. It's upside down there, but it's our Flowcast Ninja 7. So we're very fortunate to about a year and a half ago, that same company that we'd been working with reached out to us and asked me if I was still interested. I'm like, yeah, I'd love to do it. And, then we ended up buying a bunch of, buying a bunch of rods. We showed them how we wanted it. They still had all of our schematics, or they had all the specs to the rod that we're working on before, and I'm just so much appreciative to that company. They, we aren't a big company, and so, but just very fortunate to have our rods made. Deborah, did you see your rods yet? I use deck at Crappie, definitely 8 foot when you can get me one. Yep. Yeah, and we're trying to get them here by fall. In order for us to get that 8 foot pole here, we got to sell a lot of crappie poles, because we got catfish poles and crappie poles everywhere. So I'm hoping we can get them out this fall. If not, they're going to be here probably this upcoming spring. We got to pay for them, so that takes a lot of money there. Neighborhood's on fire. Yeah, probably. Last year, the property across the street was on fire, and the wind was blowing it our way. And my son and I, we ran out there. My younger son, who still lives with us, we ran out there with a long water hose and was trying to keep the fire from jumping the street and getting on our property. Okay, this one here is the mongoose. I'm gonna tie this one here. This is gonna be the last one on this segment, and I will be back here for a later segment. I will be coming back after dinner. My wife says dinner's done, so I'm gonna be running out there in just a little bit. But make sure to subscribe. That way you get notified. Set your notifications and all that. Yeah, we have a lot of people that want the 8 foot pole, but we got to sell a lot of the 7 foot poles in order to be able to afford to get the 8 foot poles. We even had somebody reach out and they said, well, you know what, I'll loan you the money. I'm like, I'm not going to do that. I don't like taking any loans or anything like that. Don't like taking any loans. I like paying for stuff. But this is our mongoose jig. This is a 1/16 ounce. For at least one before spring, yeah. Yeah, so if you guys go out, get the 7 foot pole, get the 4 foot pole, and again, we started out with shorter poles because we know we've had some people go, why didn't you do the live scope poles? And at that time, I'm like, I didn't have a boat. Why am I going to need a live scope pole when I don't even have a boat? Nevertheless, a forward-facing sonar, Yep, you can. Yep. Can I use a regular rod holder with the split? Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. Yeah. Now on that crappie pole, I mean, there's companies like Eagle Claw. They make really good, inexpensive rod holders if you're going to be using like that crappie pole. But on a catfish pole, I would recommend those takedown rod holders. They are kind of expensive, and I say expensive. I mean, you're not going to lose a rod. You will not lose a rod. Thank you there, David. Yeah, that's our mongoose. So I'll see you guys here shortly. Thank you guys for watching, and I look forward to seeing you guys later on. Thank you again. Bye-bye.